Happy Monday, my Young and the Restless fans. Yes, it's the beginning of a new week, and we got a new episode to talk about, so let's get to it. First, Victor gets his portrait out of storage and take back his office. Victoria is concerned as she gaslights about Victor's mental health, and Adam kisses Sally. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for September 18th. And without any further ado, let's talk about this episode. Oh, the day begins when the great Victor Newman has his old portrait moved back into his office over at Newman Enterprises. And he's watching in silence as the maintenance man is hanging it, symbolizing his return to power. Meanwhile, over at Society, a very unhappy, sulking Victoria, confiding in Nate, expresses her anxiety about her upcoming dinner with her mom, Nikki. Now, Nate notices Victoria's preoccupation and questions her, suspecting that her demotion might just be driving her to seek revenge against her father. Now, Victoria denies this, emphasizing her love for her dad, but worries about his recent erratic behavior all of a sudden. Nikki joins Victoria and Nate over at Society, and the discussion turns to Victor's recent decisions. Now, Victoria is surprised that her mother isn't as concerned about Victor's actions as she is, believing that he's become irrational and vindictive. Victoria, you're becoming more manipulative and you're gaslighting yourself and your mom. Now, Nikki doesn't share Victoria's perspective and argues that Victor has the right to run his own company as he sees fit. The tension between mother and daughter grows, and you know what? Her salad went uneaten because all of a sudden she doesn't have an appetite as she continued to debate Victor's motives. Now, Victoria expresses her fear that the stress of recent events could affect Victor's health. Nikki acknowledges her worry and promises to step in if Victor's health deteriorates. Now we're over at the GCAC bar where Adam is reflecting on his recent argument with Victor. He chuckles a bit, and then Sally, intrigued by that chuckle, joins him. They share a laugh over Adam's past, clashing with Victor. Now, Sally playfully suggests that arguing with Victor is always entertaining and subtly acknowledges Adam's heartbreak. However, Adam seems relieved, according to him, about the recent events, seeing this as a whole new wake-up call. Now, Sally notices that Adam has been drinking a little bit. She even checked the temperature to see if he have a fever, as she shows concern for his well-being. She proposes that, you know what, let's grab some dinner together. So Adam and Sally sit down for dinner and champagne, discussing their respective futures and offering support to each other. They discuss the high-stake natures of their lives, and Sally playfully teases Adam about returning to his old self. As they enjoy their meal and champagne, they share stories that encourage each other, and Adam is glad to hear Sally laugh again, and she remarks on how far they've come since the loss of the baby. Now their connection deepens as they clink their glasses, sharing an intimate moment. And you know what, guys? I think that statement that Nicholas made about losing the baby was Adam's karma did not sit well with Sally, so I think that took that relationship 2 steps back, and now we see Adam and Sally actually hanging out together, and they even had that moment where they talk about that loss. So yeah, this is going to get interesting, especially as their evening together ends. Adam walks Sally to her door, and they acknowledge how much they missed their friendship. Now we're back over at Newman Enterprises, where Victor is reveling in his return to power, celebrating with a drink. Nate, who has been observing, engages in conversation with Victor. They talk about Victoria's demotion, with Victor emphasizing that, look, it wasn't a decision made in anger, but for other reasons. Victor expresses his desire for Victoria to be part of the company and hope Nate can help smooth things over with her. So now, after Victoria has manipulated and gaslit the hell out of her mom, they're back at the ranch. Nikki and Victor share an intimate moment discussing Victoria's feeling of being insulted and her demotion. Now, Nikki is concerned about the growing rift between Victor and their daughter. Now, Nikki proposes, obviously it's working on her, what Victoria had to say, as she proposes him to delay his return to the office to give Victoria time to come to terms with the changes. He makes a suggestion to take a relaxing trip together that strengthens their bond, and you can look at Victor's face as like, where did this come from? Yeah, Victor, your daughter has officially gaslit and manipulated your wife. And now back over at Newman Enterprises, oh yeah, Victoria makes a discovery as she discovers Victor's old portrait in her office and realizes that her father is reclaiming control of the company. She sent Nate a text asking him to meet her in the office. They have now a tense meeting as Nate arrives and they talk about her father's actions. Victoria is upset that Nate didn't warn her about Victor's intentions. Nate expresses his discomfort with being in the middle of the family drama. Now, Victoria is disturbed that Nate doesn't support her handling of the situation as she had hoped. He even admitted that he covered for her, but he doesn't like the idea of her going after her father. He's trying to bring order. She decided to stay in her emotional chaos, and the cracks officially start to form in this so-called situationship. And finally, over at Sally's door, Adam leans in and kisses her unexpectedly. After a brief moment, they both apologize, attributing the kiss to the champagne. They decide to pretend that, oh yeah, it never happened. Adam leaves and Sally leans against the door, deep in thought. Now remember, back on December 5th, they didn't have any chemistry in bed, which is what she tried to figure out. I guess maybe there was a little bit of chemistry in that kiss, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Monday, September 18th, 2023. Stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.